Hello, welcome to Do It Yourself with Wayne. Today we're going to be replacing this old mailbox, an old mailbox post with a new post, new mailbox. We're going to be trimming the bushes back over here. They haven't been trimmed for a while and they've gotten a little out of control. And also this post, we did a video already about making the mailbox post. If you need a mailbox post like this, check out that video. We'll put a link up here in the corner. But also, if you subscribe to our channel, we really wish you would because it helps us grow. That helps you, makes it easier for you to find our videos. So anyway, let's get going on replacing this mailbox. All right, let's get started. First we're going to do is get our new post and our new mailbox out of the way so we don't damage them. At this point, we got our bush trimmed up a bit, and I think we're going to leave it like that. Might trim it a little bit more, but pretty much that's the way it's going to stay. Our old mailbox is right here, and we've got a metal piece that we can't really get out of the ground, so we decided we're just going to leave it because it's not going to hurt anything. So we're going to start digging right here for our new mailbox post, which will have the mailbox a little bit closer to the road, but we're still far enough off the road to meet government regulations for where your mailbox should be placed. So let's start digging a hole. At this point, I got my hole dug. And how deep your hole needs to be will depend a lot on the type of soil you got. We got a lot of red clay here. I mean, we live in the south, that's about all we've got. And I'm about 33 inches deep. That's plenty deep enough in this red clay. If you've got sandy soil, you may want to go a little deeper. If you got real hard rock, maybe 2 feet would be good enough, but I wouldn't go less than 2 feet or you may have trouble with your post getting loose over time. So anyway, now I'm going to stand my post up and set it in the hole. I'm going to tell you another point that you got to be real careful about. Here's my big tip. You see this post? You see that? When you drop this thing in the hole, make sure your head ain't under that. Been there, done that. It ain't fun. So make sure you don't get hit by the cross pieces when you let it in the hole, because it will hurt a lot. I know that for a fact. All right, we're going to do this a few times. Just because there's still some loose dirt in the bottom of the hole, I want to tamp it down as best I can. We're going to get it turned the way we want it. And now, according to the post office, they want the bottom of your mailbox to be 41 to 45 inches above the surface of the road. And right there, we're at 44 inches above the road. So we could go a couple inches lower, we could go an inch higher, but we are within the specifications that the U.S. Postal Service requires. So we're going to mount this right here. We got our level, we got some stones. So now we're going to show you how to tamp it in here. At this point, we got our post in our hole. And when you put your post in there, just do that a few times. That helps tamp down any loose dirt that may be in the bottom of your hole. I got my level up here to help me make sure that I stay level. I'll also be doing level this way and this way. But one thing I want to talk about right quick is how you make sure that post stays straight over time. Now, with a post like this, your weight is out here. So the natural tendency of your mailbox post is to lean toward the road. Now, in order to help prevent that over time, when you set your post in the hole, at the very bottom of the hole, you want to make sure the back of the post is against something solid, not just loose dirt. If you just pack loose dirt down there, the bottom of the post can move back, which lets the post lean. Now, in my case, I got it against the solid dirt at the back side. We got the red clay here in North Carolina. and it's pretty solid. So that gives us a good solid base for the back side of the post, or the bottom of the post rather, on the back side to press against. So the bottom of the post can't move back. Now as we start filling up our hole with the dirt that we dug out, we'll tamp it down to get it good and tight. But as we get closer to the top of the hole, I got some things I'll show you in a minute to brace the top or the road side of the post, so the road side of the post can't go that way in the hole. We'll get to that in a few minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and start putting some of our dirt back in the hole and tamping it down. Now you need something to tamp your dirt because you want it good and solid around the bottom of the post. You can use, the backside of the handle end of a shovel or an old broom handle or something. I got a metal rod that works real good. But you want something to tamp that dirt down in the bottom of your hole good and solid so your post won't move over time. And all this is not really necessary, but if you don't do it, your post will start leaning over time. If you tamp it good and tight, and brace it at the bottom, at the back, and the top near the roadside, post will stay straight for years. If you remember the first of the video, that's how I installed that post over 20 years ago, and that post is still straight. It's never leaned. Now I've got a rock that I dug out of my hole. I'm going to put that back in there and I'm going to put it on the front side. I'm going to tamp that into that loose dirt. Now here's what I've got that's really going to help the front. This is actually a piece of granite. I got a friend that does granite countertops, and they throw away pieces like this, and I get some occasionally for things like this. And you can use a brick or something similar, a piece of concrete block, but something that's wider than your post. And we'll put it just like this on the front side of the post near the top of the hole. And what that does is it gives more surface area for that post to push against so it doesn't get crooked over time. So let's go ahead and set this in there. Could have made my post hole a little bit wider, but that'll be okay. And as you're doing this, you want to make sure your post stays straight. Got my level. You go that way some. As you're filling your hole in, make sure your post stays square. So that's when you're about halfway full of filling your hole up. Make sure the post is good and square, straight up and down this way and this way and this way. Because if you get your hole full of dirt, it's a lot harder to fix that. But at this point, it's still easy to adjust it. Most of us may remember the old adage of if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. And that certainly goes well for installing something like this. I did another video, I think I mentioned it earlier in this one, about making the post. We did a video about making this post. And in the beginning of that video, I showed the mailbox post at my house. It's built just like this, installed the same way, in the same kind of red clay dirt, but it's been there over 20 years. I'm not sure exactly how long, maybe as much as 25, but certainly more than 20 years. And that post is still solid. It doesn't lean back and forth, it doesn't lean toward the road, it doesn't wobble around. It's just solid over 20 years. So I would encourage you that, if you install a mailbox post, take your time. Do it right the first time and you won't have to worry about it leaning. Make sure you got a level. Take the time to make sure it's pointed straight toward the road, because it's easy to get it crooked. Make sure the post is straight this way, make sure it's straight this way. You'll need a level for that. Do the blocking at the front of your post near the top of the hole and the bottom of your post near the back side of the hole, like I showed you. Tamp it real good as you fill the hole in, and you'll end up with a post that will do you proud for many, many years. Now we're almost finished. We cut a piece of plywood to fit on the bottom side of our mailbox. It fills in this space in here. And we've decided, we put our mailbox on here and we decided where we want it. We want it right about here. Make sure you got this thing centered up this way on your 4x4. It sticks out. And make sure you get it even all the way across. And these nails I'm using are galvanized nails, so they won't rust over time. Be best to use galvanized or stainless steel or something, just so they'll last longer. All right, now that that's nailed down, the mailbox fits right over it. All right, the last thing to do is put screws in the side of your mailbox. I'm just going to put 2 on each side. That'll be sufficient to hold it. I'm using stainless steel screws so they won't rust and look bad over time. And there you have it. Got our mailbox installed. Ready for the mailman. We got it right height. Post is straight, solid, doesn't wiggle. And that's it. Just like to say thank you for visiting. Do it yourself with Wayne. And if you find this video helpful, please click like and share it with your friends, and please subscribe to our channel, because that helps us grow. But anyway, that's it for this episode for installing the mailbox post. And we just like to say thank you for visiting. Do it yourself with Wayne, and we hope you have a great day.